I'm off for a club meetup in Malham in the Yorkshire Dales. Why not come with me? Well, good morning, and you find me out heading for a meetup. As many of you know, I'm a member of the 617 Club, and they organise, or members organise, members meetups, and there's one in Malham in the Yorkshire Dales today, and I'm heading for there. So yeah, that should be quite interesting. It's going to be a bit difficult getting a video out of it, because I do struggle sometimes when there's other people about and that. Not because I'm embarrassed, but because sometimes I get distracted and want to talk to the people, etc. and that, and suddenly you find the day's gone and you haven't got enough B-roll. But we'll try our best. So yeah, it's quite early. It's 7:15 and we've just set off. We've just left Keswick and we're on our way. So Google gave two options. One was to go through the Lake District and then on to the A65 and head towards Settle and then Malham, or the alternative, which it said is slightly longer in time wise, is to head to Penrith, down the M6 and then off on to 65 to Settle and then Malham. I've opted to go to Penrith and then down. I just feel, even though it's relatively early, you've only got to hit sort of touristy type traffic in the going through the Lake District, and it can really slow you down. Yeah, it's a good road. If you don't meet the traffic, you can make up the time, but if you meet the holiday traffic, it can take longer. So yeah, so heading, there's a ramp. They're doing some roadworks here. So I'll head to Penrith, down the M6 and then to Settle, etc. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good day and we'll get some good images and some good B-roll and you'll enjoy this video. So yeah, whatever happens, we'll see you a bit later. Right, well we're now at Gordale Scar. We came via Janet's Foss, where I took some pictures and you'll have seen the B-roll. I do need to try and take a bit more B-roll, but this is Gordale Scar and you can see there, that's where the footpath goes. But that's normally a waterfall and there is no water whatsoever. And the river that comes down this way is totally dry. So no water at all, but I've taken a couple of images, nothing particularly spectacular. I think we're going to head back towards the car park, and yeah, so but it's been quite good so far. It's good to meet up with people with a similar mind, to talk, etc. So yeah, I just need to get a bit more B-roll possibly as we walk back towards the van, so, or back to the car park. But anyway, whatever happens, we'll catch up with you later. Right, we're now going to go to Malham Cove. The others have gone back, the other two. Before we went into the cafe there just to have a coffee and cake. So yeah, I thought before I head south to the Peak District, we're ready for tomorrow's meetup, I'd wander up to the Cove and see what there was to see there. It's very dry, as you saw at Gordale Scar. There's nothing coming down the waterfall, and the riverbed initially was dry, but a bit further down it started actually having water in, as though maybe the water table was low and then it was springing up there and coming out. Often you do get springs in when you've got a lot of limestone about. So yeah, so I'm not quite sure what we'll see at the Cove, but we'll go and have a look. I'm not very confident that we're going to get much in the way of images, but we'll go anyway and see what we can find, and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've made it to the end of the path to the actual cove, and it's all very dry, but it is pretty impressive. I mean, if you look there, and it goes up and up and up. So that's the cove. It's sort of, back down here, it's sort of semicircular, and if you look down at the bottom here, down there, it's yeah, there's water coming from out of the bottom there, so obviously the water seeped through the limestone. There may be caves, I think there's fissures, and the water goes down and it slowly dissolves that, and that's when you get the caves, and then it comes out here. But this stream river is very dry. There's a bit of water and it keeps disappearing. I think it keeps finding bits to drop down and then comes back up where there's gaps in the rock, etc. So yeah, and I've taken a number of handheld images on the way here, various scenes and animals, etc. And I've taken a couple of images here, one looking straight up or a couple looking straight up. Whichever are decent images, I'll put either after this or within the B-roll. So yeah, we're going to start heading back into Malham. We may get a drink, I'm not quite sure, and then to the van, and then think about heading south, ready for tomorrow's meetup. So yeah, whatever happens, we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, I'm now near tomorrow's meetup, and I found this nice little car park just off the main road. It might be a bit noisy, but there's no signs or anything saying that I shouldn't park here. Well, not that I shouldn't park here, but that I shouldn't stop overnight, and there's no overnight camping whatsoever. So that's where I'm gonna spend the night. So let's just see where. Oh, there's another sign here. I don't know what this says. We hope you enjoyed your videos. This site is maintained by Sheffield Road and Wildlife Trust as a charity. Well, that seems to be what about in this little wood. There's no camping in here, which I'm not going to camp in here. I'm going to stay on the pull in there. And this is Blacker Moor. Welcome to Blacker Moor Nature Reserve. Blacker spelled B-L-A-C-K-A Moor. So yeah, so that's where I'm going to spend the night, and the meetup's probably only about 10 minutes down the road. Getting here was a bit fraughtful. I ended up going through Bradford and Sheffield, and I think I might have incurred, I'll have to look on their websites, congestion charges going through those, so that's a bit of a shame. And going through Sheffield, I got totally lost and then saw a road number, so headed for that, and that got me coming in the right direction. So yeah, so I'll have to look on the websites and pay those, but yeah, hopefully this will be a good campsite for tonight. And yeah, so to round up the video, it was a good meetup. It was a bit unfortunate that not everybody appeared, but there was 3, and it was nice to meet the 2 new people who I had not met before. And we went up to Janet's Foss, which was not particularly that spectacular, and then to Gordale Scar. It was just so dry that very dry, so there was no water coming over, and there was a lot of people about, so it was difficult to get images without people in. So, but yeah, it was good to do that. And then we went for coffee and cake in a cafe in Malham, and then the other 2 set off back. They were from the Leeds area, they'd come together, and then I went up to Malham Cove, and I think on that occasion I got a number of hopefully reasonable images. I certainly got a number of images. Whether they're reasonable, I don't know, you can decide. So this may be a bit of a short video. I'm going to wrap it up now, and then if I do any recording and pictures tomorrow, they will be a separate video. I need to get on top of things. Yeah, but just to remind people, if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. That will be much appreciated. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. My aim is to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of next month, by the end of June. And I think we're at well, I thought we were at 9 and we only needed 36 more, but when I've just looked now, I've got a bit of signal. I think we've yeah, so just over 26, was it? 26, so not many to go. So if you're not subscribed and you just excuse me, I think I might have sneezed in the direction of the microphone there. But yeah, if you're not subscribed, it would much appreciate. I'm not expecting you to necessarily watch all the videos, but the support wouldn't go amiss to try and get up to 1,000. The last video that I put out, which was about what was it about aspect ratio, hasn't done as brilliant as some other videos. So, but yeah, it's always ups and downs. Some videos, for whatever reason, do really well, and others don't, that you think will do well, don't. But yeah. So yeah, as I've said, please click the thumbs up, subscribe, and what I really do appreciate, even more so, is any comments, be they positive, negative, or whatever. It just helps me to assess the channel. whether it's doing good, whether I'm doing the right thing, whether there's something I'm doing wrong, something I'm doing that's good. So yeah, please do comment. They are all greatly appreciated. And yeah, I don't think there's much else to say, so I'm going to head up into the roof tent, hopefully have a good night's sleep, get up and meet up in the morning in the Peak District, which I've never photographed, or not, certainly not in the last few years. When we first got married, we had our honeymoon, and that was on the border or in the Peak District. And I might have taken some pictures, but that's many years ago. Since I've got serious about things, I haven't particularly been here. It's an area I need to explore. I mean, I like the Lake District. I love living there. It's a great place. But it's nice at times to come and find somewhere different. So yeah, so tomorrow's video, or the recording tomorrow of another video, hopefully in a new place, and we get some slightly different images. So yeah, anyway, I'm waffling on. We'll stop there and we'll see you on the next video.